back to the lab again. Again, back to the lab again. No, back to the lab again. Again, back to the lab again. No, back to the lab again. Again, back to the lab again. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. Messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. What's up, Static? What's up, Alexander? I don't like the fact that the chat isn't showing what it's supposed to be showing. So we're gonna refresh that. I knew that was unfortunately going to be the topic of conversation when I started the stream up. Even though this is supposed to be about video games, I knew that was going to happen. As soon as that headline came out today, I was like, fuck. I knew that was going to be the topic of conversation. I will address it. I'm not going to lie. But damn it, I knew. I knew there was nothing I could do. Let's see. Copy video URL. Because I don't like the fact that it's not showing the chat. Because everything's a fucking conspiracy. So we're going to take all that out. Connect. There we go. Alright. I knew it was going to come up. So what's up, Iron Trite? What's up, Francesca? What's up, Static, Alexander? I think it's just, those are the main ones. Day's been pretty good. Chill. Just trying to, got everything set up for the week. Because I'm so excited for work tomorrow. I'm not excited for work tomorrow at all. Jesus. But everything's been pretty cool. Everything's been pretty chill. Nothing to really complain about. What's up, Frost? Frost Gaming. Don't think I recognize that name. You might be new. And if you are new, welcome. If you aren't new, hi. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about the Ash thing first because I know everyone, that's what is on everyone's mind. Even, it's crazy. Literally, I think every Manic episode is going to have a Pokemon related thing in the thumbnail. No matter what I do, because that's just the nature. Am I getting paid extra? No, I'm not getting paid extra. What's up, Yuki? It's weird. Her icon reminds me of Lady Pelvic's icon for Pelvic Gaming, but I know that's not her. I think that's supposed to be a rabbit. Which, if it's a rabbit, that's also. Yeah, I'm sorry for us gaming. I feel like I just haven't noticed you, which is probably a problem in its own right. No, I'm not getting paid extra though in terms of work. Work. I mean, I think I've mentioned it before, but I'll quickly mention it real quick. Work only sucks because, like, my goal always has been financially to have, like, a job with benefits, but also make, like, money on the side here. Money on the side here has gotten harder due to YouTube arbitrarily changing their rules every fucking few months and not telling anybody. So most people have to rely on things like Patreon and Super Chats and donations, which shouldn't be the case for yeah, it is a rabbit. I figured it is. Because rabbits are awesome, and I love rabbits. So it sucks. So I don't make really any good money on YouTube in itself. It all comes from the random donation or the Super Chat or the Patreon. So those are like those are the major source of income. Sorry, I went on the tangent. Anywho, the other thing, Ash is gonna be replaced. There's a lot of rumors and a lot of talk for that today. Actually, it's been talk since that announcement of an announcement came out. I want to say 2 weeks ago. Do I ever complete any games? Yeah, but I also work a job, so I can only play so much. I mean, hell, I just finished Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the League because I didn't watch much of the Sun and Moon anime. Like, a lot of people always go, why don't you give your thoughts on the Sun and Moon anime? And I'm like, because I didn't watch the Sun and Moon anime. I think I might have watched like the first 5 or 10 episodes and did not give a fuck anything past it. But let's go ahead and talk about the Ash stuff because I know that's what is on a lot of your guys' minds, and then we'll go from that to Tokyo Game Show shit, which was supposed to be the bulk of the stream, which will probably end up being like a second half of the stream. So it was I still haven't even seen the fight. I want that to be said. I haven't even seen how the fight is with him versus Gladion. I know it's versus Gladion, but I haven't seen the fight. So I don't even know how he wins. I think from the pictures and screenshots I had saw, it's Lycanroc Day. Or no, not Day, Dusk. Dusk? No, it's Day. It's Day. Ash's Lycanroc Day is the one who beats Gladion's Lycanroc Dusk. So, I mean, I don't know too much about the fight itself, but let's just talk about the win. The win is going to be emotional regardless of what happens. Regardless of how he won. Because now people can shut the fuck up with the dumbass meme of Ash has been traveling around for over 20 years and still hasn't beaten a league. He has a league win over his belt. There are some people who don't value it that highly because it's a Lola and because of how Lola presents itself. A Lola is super slice of life and comedy, although it still has elements of the original games, and it technically counts because it is a league. People are still going to discredit it. That's the problem between him winning this league versus him losing X and Y's league. If he had won the Kalos League, that is a W in every way because Kalos, most people love that anime to death. I don't think it's as good as people like to say it is, but people love that anime to death. That anime had one of Ash's best teams. Like, that was an anime that would have generally, most people would have been like, if he was going to win, this is where he was going to win. And this is the win that people would have thought he deserved. They didn't do that, and so he wins the more, I'm not going to say not important, but the more like unacceptable region. Like Sun and Moon, like the Alola region is less acceptable due to the fact that it's way more comedy and slice of life focus. So it still counts as a victory, and canonically he will have won a league, but people may not value it that highly. The problem I have is that of all the leagues, it's kind of the problem I've seen some people have. Out of all the leagues he could win, why is it this one? I think I wouldn't have been happy, honestly, if he had won Kalos. I wouldn't have been happy about it, but I would have been like, whatever, cool, fine. Well, that's the one that would have made the most sense. So it's jarring. It's jarring because of how this whole region has presented itself. That this is the region they want to give him the W in. So it's like, And then everyone needs to listen. I'm so tired of the whole he hasn't aged. Pikachu's being reset. I'm so tired of that commentary for Ash. Like it's to the point where like the fandom, like for me anyway, I'm part of the fandom that's just like, shut the fuck up. I get it. He doesn't age. Why are y'all throwing logic in a series that isn't even consistent with its own game's rules? The anime doesn't even follow the game's rules consistently, but motherfuckers are killing me with this. He's always been 10. It's like the lowest hanging fruit. It's the lowest hanging fruit. No, like who runs into the Simpson thing? Why is it no one harps on the Simpson shit like this, but motherfuckers want to harp on Ash? Ash gets all this stupid ass criticism because of his unaging self, even though he has no control over it because he isn't real. But no one wants to rant on the fucking Simpsons for years. It trips me out. It's a fucking cartoon. You know the word. You know I can tell how a casual Pokemon fan to one who actually gives a fuck. A casual fan is the one who loves to harp on the age and how he hasn't won a region, and people like to talk about how Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh were better series. But here's the kicker: you don't watch Yu-Gi-Oh or Digimon anymore, even though they're better series. But you know the ones who do still watch, you still watch the Pokemon anime from time to time. So fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. So I'm sorry, I had to get that out here. It just pisses me off. I'm so done with that argument. I'm so tired of the stupid ass. He's still 10. Shut the fuck up. We get it. It's been 20 years. And most of you have been watching it since at least the late 90s, if not early 2000s. So for almost 20 years, everybody feels the need to rant on him. And it's like, shut the fuck up. It's the same people who act like the anime has no sense of development in it. You're out of your fucking mind because you haven't watched the majority of it. Actually, you should have seen the development from the first goddamn region. You should have seen development, especially, I would say, Hoenn was to me like the apex of his development. Sinnoh was a reset, kinda, but like he was on his shit the majority of Sinnoh. And then, of course, people have their issues with Best Wishes. Callus has its overacting fans because they introduced shipping into the anime. It's just, I'm tired of it, yo. That's the shit that generally bums me out when we talk about the Pokemon anime, because people just won't stop. People won't stop with the same old jokes and shit. But that's besides the point. So, Ash has won the league, and there's been rumors of them resetting, of them doing something vastly different for Galar. And I'm very inclined to believe that they're probably going to replace him. That's usually that's what I think. I think literally what's going to happen is that since you've made a big deal about announcing the Galar anime, you are going to replace him. What people need to understand, though, is replacing Ash was not the inherent problem. Ash could have still been the main character. Here's my issue, and this is the issue with the anime. And the anime, I don't know if it's going to address it. They need to change more than just the fucking main character. Because if you take the main guy from the Galar games, from Sword and Shield, and you put him in here, but he still has the same kind of progression Ash did, it doesn't change anything. The shit, people always want to talk that bullshit about changing the main character is the main problem. It's not. It's the way the anime is written. How the anime doesn't want to go through legit arcs with a lot of these characters. One of the reasons why I like Best Wishes is that Best Wishes had arcs. Some of them were better than others, but they had arcs and used the characters properly. The thing I don't care about fucking X and Y is essentially the skeleton of a shonen that was not applied properly. Like X and Y's anime, I watched all the way up until about the Valerie fight. Like right before that, like right around the time he met Shota. That was the part I stopped at. Because up until that point, the anime wasn't doing anything different. You wanna know why X and Y got so much love? Because of shipping and because the animation was great. That's it! Those are the only two things I think that show had going, that region had going for it. Because to me, Clement was a downgrade from Silent. People can talk shit about Silent as much as they wanted to, but at least Silent's gimmick wasn't as redundant as Clement's was, which pretty much was Brock's gimmick, where he had one straight gimmick, and that was it. The anime needs to change entirely. I would like them to make an anime version that focuses more on the game aspects and actually sticks to those rules. And not this bullshit where it flips on a dime and sometimes it doesn't matter. Yeah, the anime just needs better writing. The anime needs better writing and more consistent writing. And them to be willing to do arcs in the series. Because the only real improvement the anime has made is the fact that starting in Gen 3, they started focusing on the male and female characters. May got her focus. Dawn got her focus. Iris got her focus. Serena got her focus. And I guess the Lana, Mallow, Lily got their focus. That was the main improvement. That they started giving the other characters focus starting pretty much in Gen 3. Whereas Gen 2 gave Misty and Brock some episodes, but not like a lot. The writing needs to change, and they need to figure a better way. And they need to not only get rid of, if you're gonna get rid of fucking Ash, you need to get rid of that. If you're gonna do a reboot, I want it to be a full reboot. Like, I want it to be like a full reimagining. Don't use the previous canon. So, like, don't use the versions of Misty and Brock in the anime. Don't use Delia. Don't use Oak. Don't use Team Rocket. Please, for the love of God, do not use Team Rocket. You know how bad Team Rocket is? To me, it's one of the most detrimental things about the fucking series. That Team Rocket for the longest time was used as a plot device. Where, oh, well, you know what we need to do? We need to have a way for Ash to have his Pokemon evolve or go through character development. We're going to have Team Rocket do some stupid shit and capture them temporarily and then use that experience to fucking evolve the Pokemon or to have some character development moment. And they nerfed the way Ash handled those moments where he was way more like proactive and reckless and like a go-getter in the earlier seasons, whereas he became super submissive and like laid back in the later seasons. And people want to talk about, oh, that Pokemon problem was only back in the first 2 regions. No, they used that shit with Team Rocket in every fucking region except for Generation 5's anime mostly, excluding a few instances. And I don't think they're used as much in Generation 6. Because the later gens do have improvements, having better character writings and shit. But that, to me, it needs to, I don't want it to be more mature. They can still have it be for kids, just change the style of it. Because they already don't give a fuck about continuity. So what the fuck does it matter if you have, what the fuck does it matter if you get rid of all the characters, pre-established characters? Why not make Team Yell stand on their own 2 feet when they're adapted? Why not have the villains from each region be fully realized instead of them having to be hampered to a degree because Team Rocket's in the round? That always fucking happens. Always happens. The only anime villain group that actually was an improvement was Kalos's. And that's only because Kalos had bad fucking villains to begin with. The only cool, interesting concept with Team Flare was Lysander's Goal, which is introduced so fucking late that it doesn't mean anything. And AZ, who once again is introduced so fucking late, it doesn't mean anything. Every other villain got a... Why is it not auto-scrolling? I just realized that. That's weird. It should be now. That was a weird quirk. But yeah, that's my thing. If the anime is going to change, it needs to fully change. Don't do this dumb shit where you just replace Ash. Because that's gonna piss me off even more. And I think Ash can still be in the anime. Just don't handle him as like the main character. Especially considering how the style of Galar seems to be with its league, which is that it's like a fucking tournament. Ironically enough, the same way the anime handled the Alola League, like a brawl-out tournament. It's like the Tournament of Power and shit. With a premise like that, you can easily introduce like 3 or 4 main characters and just swap between them. Have arcs that center around them and have them have different personalities. The problem with Ash is that they would half reboot him in the later seasons. Starting with Generation 5 and 6 and 7, he's different, but he's still Ash at his core. So it's not that much of a change. What I mean by that, for example, is that Ash's character is not like, think about like Legend of Zelda. Different types of links and how certain links had different types of personalities. That's not the case with Ash. Ash, the only thing that gets wiped is the leveling and the strength of his Pokemon and like his memories. That's it. They don't wipe him all the way where Ash can be a completely different kind of character. Like maybe he's a lazy trainer starting out and doesn't really give a fuck about Pokemon that much. Kind of like what they did with May in the beginning of Hoenn. He like if you're gonna reboot Ash, he needs to be fully rebooted. Don't do this shit where he's still Ash, but like everything else about him has been either rewritten, been either reset or wiped, meaning his memory and his strength as a trainer. I'm so tired, dude. Do you actually like movie? What's up, Cyrus? Thank you for watching, Chicago. But yeah, I just hope. I really hope that they need to, if we're gonna get a brand new main character, reset the whole anime. Let Gen 8 be a full reboot. Because the problem with Gen 5 is Gen 5 did that kind of full reboot, but dicked around a little bit with it. Gen 5 reset him to a degree, but not all the way, I don't think. Like, he was, like, that was the biggest reboot he had. But even that, they need, like, a full reset for him. And see, the problem with Sun and Moon tries to acknowledge previous canon. Because they can't let go of the little canon they had. Gen 6 was pretty consistent for the most part. But had its own problems. But I want them to get out of this rut. And the way you get out of the rut is that you let Ash go and you let everything about him go. Meaning you let all the continuity go. Yeah, we're talking about the future of the anime right now. Let Ash go entirely. And let everything with him go. So let the continuity go. Reimagine all that shit. With the gym leaders and the trainers. Let it all be reset. And be willing to do different things with different characters. Like for the gym leaders, let them be their own characters. Do you know how much I hated the games? The games, I still think I have a problem with this. Gen 5 is the best gen purely for this reason. Gen 5 at least used the characters properly for gym leaders. The anime did a better job with them, but they were all like still self-contained arcs. I just let if Sun and Moon, if Ash is gonna end his journey in Sun and Moon, do not hold Gen 8 down with all this baggage from the previous region. Let Gen 8 stand on its own, and I mean fully on its own, where you can watch Gen 8 and not know a goddamn thing. And handle it properly. Change the structure of episodes. And not use the Rotom decks every fucking 5 minutes. And finally, and then we're going to move on to Tokyo Game Show shit. I lost my train of thought. The final thing was, don't be afraid to change the current formula. Where every time we're going to have a Pokemon of the episode. You don't have to do that. Let it be. Give these characters arcs. And not just the main character or the main group. Give a good chunk of these characters arcs. I want them to, if you're going to reboot, if you're going to reset it and start from scratch, do it and make a change and dedicate yourself to the change. Because the reason why movie 21 was so good is that movie 21 did just that. They did as much as they possibly could, and that's why it was so fucking good. So just do that. So with all that out of the way, I did exactly what I was trying not to do, which is spending 20-something minutes talking about the anime. But I knew this was going to happen. So, we're going to get into Tokyo Game Show stuff because there are a few things we can talk about. So I think we need to just get this out of the way. What in the world is Death Stranding anymore? I know how to describe this right now. Death Stranding is literally one of those games that I do not know how to describe anymore. Actually, I know how to describe Death Stranding. Death Stranding is literally meant for one reason. Death Stranding's existence is to prove that Kojima can still make games. Spoiler alert, he cannot. Oh, Jesus Christ. He cannot. I saw the gameplay. I saw some of the sequences. And I'm just kind of like... I'm done with it. If you want me to be real with it, I'm just done with it, yo. So I watched it was like 50 minutes of gameplay they showed. No, I was never a fan of Kojima. Metal Gear Solid, though, I could respect. I could respect Metal Gear Solid because I did play some of those games, and I could call those games. I think 4 was fucking ridiculous with what it was, but I could at least respect. I could at least respect Metal Gear for what it was. Kojima, to me, has I'm tired of it. You know what pisses me off more than anything else? This game will come out and get fucking 9s and 10s. This game will come out and reach a critical acclaim, purely because it's Kojima. And that angers me to no end, because he doesn't fucking deserve it off a game that literally I'm looking at and I still don't understand what the interest is. It's a delivery game that has elements of like political intrigue, and it's one of those games where the plot would be entertaining, but the fucking gameplay won't. It's like stealth where you're ducking these bosses and shit because you don't have a lot of ways of attacking. You gave him a stamina bar. He fucking can urinate, but which will have some metaphorical meaning once you fucking play the game. Like, I get it. It'll probably have an interesting story if nothing else. But as a game, as an experience where you pick up a controller and you use it to maneuver a character and to play into the story, it is going to be fucking dog shit, or at the very least, a very big waste of fucking time. It's also stupid because the game is looked at as this technical marvel, but you know why it's looked at as a technical marvel? Because there's not a lot going on in the world. There's not even a lot of interesting geography. It's like these wetlands. That's what it is. It's like the wetlands. It's just like it's a game where I'm sitting there going, I don't give a fuck if it's Kojima or not. Sell me the game. Sell me the game and the gameplay experience. What is fun about playing Death Stranding? That's all you should have been doing. Instead, because it's Kojima and because of his pedigree, we're going to go through all this dumb shit where he needs to, like, be cryptic as hell about the story. Fine, I don't really give a fuck about the story, but the game should look fun. The game doesn't even look fun. It looks like I'm playing like a walking sim with, like, very mild stealth elements that's kind of gamey. That is the most interesting. It trips me out that in a 50-minute demo, the most interesting thing is this fucking boss fight. But then people want to get on Twitter and talk about if you zoom the camera at Norman Reedus' crotch for too long, he punches the camera. Well, cool. That's a nice, like, detail effect. You know what the problem with it is? That shit that's cool on top of the gameplay. This literally is the opposite, where the gameplay isn't that interesting, so people are looking at all these extra little details. They don't mean a goddamn thing. I'm tired. I'm tired of this fucking game. I'm so done with it. I'm so sick of it. Let me move the fuck on. That's my thought process. Shantae does look cool. I know people don't necessarily like people don't say it looks like a visual jump, and it's not, but it does look like it's maintaining kind of it's a fusion of the better games. Like it's a fusion of Pirate's Curse with the art style reminiscent to Half Genie Hero, and on a higher quality system instead of because Pirate's Curse originally was made for like the DS, I think. No, 3DS, 3DS. I'm thinking of Risky's Revenge is on the DS. But the point I'm making is simply like that's the shit. That's gamey shit. That's the shit I can get excited about. Not a me walking around through wetlands and shit delivering boxes and I'm like and so you can make a delivery game fun. It's not even like that. But he doesn't run fast. You don't have that much interesting mechanics except for a fucking ladder. So it's not even interesting because like it's not even the fact that you're delivering boxes. If it was like Jet Set Radio or some shit where I can grind off poles and traversal was fun, I don't really give a fuck what I'm doing. If the game to gameplay, if the minute to minute gameplay is fun, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. You can make any game interesting, but this is like a delivery game with a bunch of political intrigue and some fucking metaphysical commentary about humanity, and like, but what I'm looking at and what I'm doing is literally putting a bunch of fucking boxes on my back, getting a fucking ladder, crossing these fucking streams, and climbing this stupid damn rocks with fucking ladders. And that's it. That is 100% it, with some occasional stealth sections where I get to throw grenades at a visionless boss. Like, if I wanted to play a game like that, you know what you go play? You go play Metal Gear Solid. That's the other problem. With all this boasting about how good of a game designer he is, he's essentially using Metal Gear Solid like game mechanics in another fucking game that's supposed to be a new IP. Just make a new fucking title and be unique. You always want to be over here stroking your own dick. That's why Jeff Keighley's in it. That's why Norman Reedus is in it. I don't give a fuck about these names attached to the game because they don't mean shit, because at the end of the day, it's just another NPC I'm controlling. It just happens to look like a character that I recognize. You know what other game that happens in? Any sequel game. Any sequel game. I'm excited to play Bayonetta 3 because I played Bayonetta 1 and 2. I'm excited to play Luigi in Luigi's Mansion 3 because I've already played him in Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2. Norman Reedus is just recognizable on a real life scale. There is nothing unique about him because he doesn't play interesting. That's the problem with having realism in your game all the time. You're so limited in what you can and can't do. I always get some type of fuzz on my fucking beard. This is the hashtag beard struggle. Which is fine, Lightning, but here's the thing. I don't give a fuck if you want to have interesting stories in your games, but the game still needs to be fun. The game still needs to be worth playing. And it doesn't, and considering we've been seeing this game for, I want to say 2 or 3 years, and it still looks like a fucking mess. Like, I'm so done with it. But once again, it'll come out and motherfuckers will be like, look at all this metaphysical intrigue and these metaphors and this relation to how life is and all this extra dumb shit it's doing. I'm done with it, yo. I'm tired. So let's move on to another title. Let's move on to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Show more gameplay. The game looks flashy as hell. I'm still annoyed at the idea that like turn-based battle systems seem to be dead. The good news is, some of the good news we got out of that whole demonstrations of one, the game still looks, I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say the game looks fucking amazing, right? I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't. But the good news we did get is that apparently there is a way to make it a turn-based RPG. There you can change something in the settings that allows it to play like a traditional turn-based RPG. I kind of wish that was shown off and they didn't just mention it offhandedly, because that's cool shit. You know, we're gonna talk about the KH3 stuff because I don't think I talked about the Remind DLC. The Remind DLC, I don't think the trailer for it, I don't think I talked about it. So that is something I am going to address. But yeah, anyways. Oh wait, no, maybe they did show it off. Hold on. Let me check. I got the footage up on the side. I'm not going to show it, but Square is fucking weird. Square sometimes can be weird about their copyright, so that's why I'm not showing the footage. But the point is, at least I can appreciate you giving me, like, a classic mode that I wish you was shown off properly. But whatever, that's fine. My issue is still the fact that, by the way, we now have to wait, like, an insane amount of time to get the full game. I didn't talk about the Avengers game because the Avenger game didn't look that interesting to me. For me, anyway. Like, the Avengers game didn't mean much to me. That's also a personal opinion, but that's the way I felt about it. No, they showed a trailer last week, and I don't think I ever, like, did a video on it. I think that was the issue. No, Remind 9, today's the 15th, so 7 days ago. I may have either missed it or I just never talked about it. I don't know which it was. But the point I was going to make, though, is that, like, the biggest issue with Final Fantasy VII Remake right now for me is primarily just the way it's being distributed. There's no chance in hell Square is going to be that consistent about putting out new parts for each of these games, for each part of this remake, considering they keep claiming that each part is supposed to be like the length of a full game. Like that's the whole thing they're talking about. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like, even though it's only like Midgar, this game's gonna be like a full game's worth of content. So that would at least like make for an RPG, I would assume that's around like 60 hours at least. I don't know to what degree, but I would say around 60 hours. And then they expect me to believe they're gonna do that consistently for every part, and how long and how far is each part gonna be? Oh, it's only 40 hours. See, that's I can't imagine them getting that out in a proper like time frame. And you shouldn't just I understand that 7 is popular. I get it. I understand 7's legacy. But like at a certain point, is anyone gonna stop and be like, yo, by the way, we don't need all this fucking ridiculous shit. Just put out the game. They do focus on graphics a lot. That seems to be their main focus as of lately. Like they've taken the Western ideals of making a game look beautiful as a trade-off for something like actual, like a full game I want to play. So now a lot of people just don't want to play it purely for that reason. But there's not a lot to talk about Final Fantasy VII. The gameplay still looks like what it looked like at E3. And I do like the fact that they do at least seem to have a mode there for those who like turn-based battle systems. Because, hey, people like turn-based battle systems, guys. Jesus Christ. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. Because it really shouldn't be. But it always is. Oh my goodness. Actually, speaking of turn-based battle systems, I guess real quick, I haven't really played much of the series, so I won't talk too much about it, but Yakuza, the new Yakuza, Yakuza. Why can't I speak, yo? I'm fucking stupid. uh, but no, the new Yakuza game. Wow, I can't talk. The new Yakuza, Yakuza. Wow, I bummed me out, man. The new Yakuza game. It's turn-based battle systems, and I saw some of the clips for that. I saw one like you can do summons in that game, and fucking like summon this crab. It's just this shit. I can appreciate that. All right, GG Sega, GG Sega. That's all I got to say to you, bruh. GG Sega. Let's talk about this Kingdom Hearts situation. So the Remind DLC has a trailer out that's been out since looks like the 9th or so of September. I honestly don't think there's nothing much else you can do to that game that's gonna make me like that game anymore. Like, how do I put it? It's just based off the trailer. The trailer just looks like you can now play as Aqua and Ventus and Kyrie. No, Axel and not nominated. What am I thinking of? What's her name? Shion. I'm sorry, Shion. Like it just gives me more playable characters in those boss fights, which is kind of cool. You get a new form which looks like Master Form for Sora. It's either he's using a move that he uses in Wisdom Form, but I'm thinking that's supposed to be Master Form, or maybe it's a fusion. Maybe this form is like a new form, but it uses the color scheme of like Master. And you fight Zigbar, and then I think there's like a few more story cutscenes. It looks like. It doesn't look that substantial or that interesting. It literally looks like you cannot play as such and such character in a boss fight. Here's an extra boss fight. Here's a couple extra boss fights. And a little bit more story context. And here's the kicker. These are things that should already be in the fucking game. Like Kingdom Hearts is, unfortunately now what's going to turn into is that every time I see Square in any type of presentation, the two games I'm going to constantly be seeing is either more Kingdom Hearts DLC or fucking more Final Fantasy footage. Final Fantasy has now become a game that I will get genuinely sick and tired of seeing. Because now they're going to be promoting this first part of the remake. And then a little bit later we'll see another trailer for the next part of the remake. And then we'll get another DLC trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. And then eventually we'll start seeing trailers for the next Kingdom Hearts title. Like, I'm just, Square's a fucking problem, yo. You know what I want? You know what I really fucking want? I want Bravely Default. I want another Octopath Traveler game that isn't a fucking mobile game. I just want different shit. I'm actually past the Kingdom Hearts thing. Like, I'm just done with it, personally. Like, it's a game. It's not the worst game in the world, but it is disappointing. It's a disappointing game. And then Final Fantasy, I'm really tired of. Because once again, this is a game that's been shown off all fucking generation. Remember, they were showing off Kingdom Hearts since 2013. That game was shown off in 2013 and took 6 years to come out from when we saw that initial trailer. It's fucking stupid. And then Final Fantasy was shown, I think, at least it was either 2014, I think. I'm just like, yo, just give me something different, dude. I'm tired. I'm so tired of the same old, like, I'm just tired of the same old games from them. I'm just tired. So, not super excited about that. We also got confirmation they are working on another Mega Man title. That is in development, so I'm glad to see that Mega Man is still consistently going to get love. I'm trying to think of other things that were, like, relevant. There weren't a lot. Especially not a lot, like, for Nintendo. But I'm just scrolling down because I don't remember a lot of it. A lot of it just started bleeding together with me. I didn't watch everything. So if there's anything Tokyo Game Show related you guys want me to talk about, they show more footage of Warriors Orochi 3. They show more footage of Pirate Warriors 4. And then they showed off a new Fairy Tail game, which can go eat a dick because Fairy Tail is a garbage ass anime series. I'm such a dick. I'm such a dick. Also, apparently, Konami decides still not to make more new games. Damn it. Oh, Yokai Watch being on PS4? That's not surprising. I mean, it's level 5. Level 5 is not restricted to Nintendo. I guess that's Yokai Watch 4. Oh, we already talked about Death Stranding. Like, you missed all of that. The One Punch Man game looks okay, but like I said, we saw more. I think we saw the Kakarot game footage. So now that we know that's at least going up to the Boo Saga based off the latest trailer. Unfortunately for me, I don't really give a fuck about. I don't trust. I want to say Bandai / Koei Tecmo. Well, actually, it's probably more just Bandai. I don't really trust Bandai when it comes to anime games. Unless it's like it's already in a style I already recognize and trust. I don't trust none of their anime titles. So even though if like Kakarot is gonna have to come out and be out for like a month for me to trust that shit. I saw the new trailer for Tales of Arise. I did not see the new trailer for Sakura Wars. So actually I can go watch that real quick and that could be kind of a pseudo live reaction. Once again, I don't know how Sega's gonna be, so that's why I'm not gonna play the audio. But I saw Tales of Arise looks gorgeous, but I wasn't super into like Tales of Vesperia afterwards. Like I watched that, and I was kind of like, eh. I was pretty eh, all things considered, for Tales of Arise. I mean, for Tales in general, that gameplay just doesn't stick out to me. Also, like speaking of anime games or anime characters, we got the Bleach. We got oh, come on. I know his name. Kubo. Tite Kubo designing the characters for Sakura Wars. I'm actually looking at I'm looking at it right now. Essentially, like, if I remember right, Sakura Wars is essentially just like a tactics game with dating sim elements. That's what I remember. Sakura Wars is a dating sim game with tactical elements. Or vice versa. Some of these chicks are too bad, yo. Also, I look like I'm looking at a black-haired Ichigo. That shit kills me, yo. I don't like the fact that this is a story trailer. I need to see a gameplay trailer, damn it. Oh, is that CyberConnect 2? We'll see. We will see. I'm just kind of burnt out on anime games because a lot of them have not been good. Oh, they're showing gameplay for fucking Sakura Wars? Like, the story trailer is cool, but, like, I want to see, like, I see the mechs, but you're only showing me the characters in the mechs. Like, I need to see the gameplay. There's a lot of different character designs. But the main character looking like Ichigo fucked me up, man. I do like Bleach's character designs. I'm not super keen on the ones in this game, though. I'll be real with you. There's only like a few characters that stick out to me. And considering this is like a dating sim kind of game, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but fuck it. It's fine. Oh, yeah, that's Kubo. Alright, there we go. Why do the male characters look better? Some of the females got it going on. I could fuck with some of these female designs, but... I was curious if we were going to see another Valkyria Chronicles game. Or even like a teaser for one. Because Valkyria Chronicles 4 sold well enough from what I heard, so... I'm curious. Yeah, like the designs for most of these characters I'm kind of like okay or indifferent to. I got my favorites. It's the black chick and the red-haired girl. But, Sakura Wars looks good. I need to see gameplay. Stop showing me these fucking story cutscenes. That's cool. Also, I don't think this thing this thing comes out next year, doesn't it? I don't remember. Uh, yeah, I saw the dub release for Stampede. That will be watched. I'm looking forward to that one because that one actually might be good. I still think since Oda stuck his hand in the anime, in the One Piece anime, I mean the One Piece movies, the best film is Z. Z has been the best film of the ones of like what I like to call the new generation One Piece films. Uh, Pirate Warriors 4 looks cool. I like the fact that Carrot's a playable character, but it's still Pirate Warriors. Like I've played all three games, and I don't even think I played that much of 3. And I own 3 twice. I own 3 on 2 different platforms, and I didn't play 3 that much. Oh wait, whoa, is that gameplay? No, show me gameplay. These are cutscenes. Oh, these just character interactions, which is fine. But I need to see like, oh, okay, there's gameplay. Oh, what is this? Oh, so it's more like a beat 'em up now, it looks like. Because it used to be a tactics game. Now it looks like a beat 'em up. Yeah, they made it an action game. It's essentially an action game now. I had to check Discord. I will check Discord. Also, jump on the Discord because it's in the description. So if you want to be a part of that, of the community where we talk a bunch of bullshit and have fun over there, jump on the Discord. I have not played Astral Chain literally since it came out. I've been trying to focus on like Fire Emblem. I need to get Fire Emblem out of the way. Yeah, the gameplay for Soccer Wars literally looks like a fucking action game. Which isn't terrible by any means, it's just kind of weird. Because I could have swore Soccer Wars originally was a tactics game. Here it's like a legit beat 'em up game. I prefer Unlimited World Adventure. I didn't care for Unlimited World Red because that was such a limiting ass game. Unlimited World Red is not a good game. So I kind of oh no, I'm looking at gameplay of it. It's like a beat 'em up, which I'm not super down for. If it was a tactics game, I'd probably be more interested. But I'm curious. I'm at least curious. But it's definitely more of an action title now, which some people may not be happy with. I'd be curious. Anyways. Yeah, but see, I didn't know Life It. I didn't have time. I was busy. And also, this has been a lot of shit at work. That's kept me busy for a lot of shit. Let me get my phone real quick. Because I'm curious what you posted in Discord, Jazz. Let me see. I'm just curious about what you posted. Because also, for some reason, wasn't getting notifications, which is dumb. No. No. Oh, I see what you wrote. That was going to happen anyway. People were going to co-sign on Ash. Because that's a bunch of fucking anime bullshit. That's a bunch of casuals co-signing on all that. But yeah, I really want to sit down and focus on Fire Emblem, and then I'll probably get to Astral Chain right after that. Also, because I know Astral Chain is a shorter game, so it's not going to take me that long to get through Astral Chain. I think everyone on the Juicy Loose beat it, which is going to make things funny tomorrow because everyone's going to want to talk about the game, and I'll be like, well, I got to hide out for a little while. Yeah, Marvelous. Also, I guess we can talk about that real quick because Daemon X Machina came out Friday to no one giving a fuck, which is unfortunately a sad thing. Partially due to the fact that Marvelous, for some dumbass reason, is like, we don't want you guys showing Daemon X Machina properly. And I'm like, why all of a sudden is it a problem to show that game? You guys don't care about Senran Kagura like that, But for some reason, Daemon X Machina is like, no, no. Also, the fuck you mean Lightning out here putting out some blasphemous information? That is not true at all. I beat games. I'm dedicated. I'm not. I know I don't beat them as quickly as other people, but I beat them. But yeah, Marvelous is essentially cut off Daemon X Machina's legs purely because of some copyright nonsense. And the game already was struggling in reviews and shit. So why would you, on top of that, make things even harder for that game to get any publicity? Fucking sucks, dude. Granted, mech games are always niche anyway, but damn it. That's arbitrarily screwing it over for no reason. Yeah, there's been a bunch of fucking copyright for that game. Because Marvelous are being dicks. It's not even a Nintendo thing. Well, that's just a bad joke. Why also, what game, real quick, bad latency, what game were they streaming that Marvelous took down anyway? Like, it's Sega. Sega owns their own IPs. So why would Marvelous be striking down Sega's streams? Well, damn it, Machina doesn't even have fan service in it. It's a mech game. I'm just curious about what game they strike down on Sega's stream. I'm trying to think of what game they even could do that with. I guess I'll relook at the Tales of Arise stuff. Because I saw some stuff, but I didn't see everything. Oh yeah, I already know about that. But bad latency, what was the game? If you know. If not, it's fine. I'm just curious. What? So there was a partnership game and they stupid bastards. I get so tired of this nonsense. Tales of Arise looks fucking gorgeous. Like, no bullshit. Tales of Arise looks absolutely gorgeous. I just don't think I would care because I didn't care for fucking Tale of Vesperia's combat. It's alright. I don't think it's as good as people said it was, but it's alright. I just was not interested. And then I think someone mentioned Gogeta and Dragon Ball FighterZ, which I could care less because it's another motherfucking Goku clone. I'm so tired of Goku clones. That's another one that can move the fuck on. Kill all the Goku clones. Or just stop showing them in fight. Stop bringing them up in fighting games. Oh, right. I forgot. There is one other thing I can mention. Let's mention Ring Fit Adventure. Goddamn. Didn't even talk about it because I was distracted with so many other things. I don't know. Berseria's story just is what turned me off on that one. Like, I saw the story trailers for Berseria, and I was just like, I don't want to deal with that kind of character again. I mean, it's cool if you like her. Velvet did not come off interesting. Also, spoiled the ending of that game anyway, because I was curious, and I really don't care. Anyways. Ring Fit Adventure. Ring Fit Adventure is essentially new generation Wii Fit. And it's weird because it's like Wii Fit with like RPG elements and relatively good looking worlds, and the game comes out next month, almost a month from like today. It's like a month, like in a couple of days, it'll be a month from in a couple of days. It's a weird experience. I didn't look up to see how much it is though, cause let's see. It's $80. That's what's gonna irk people. Can you buy the Ring Fit thing by itself? No, it's just $80. I like. You know what pisses me off? I really like the design of the main girl. I think Wii Fit needs an alternate costume. God damn it. Wii Fit needs an alternate costume. Is she a baddie? She a baddie. But yeah, Ring Fit Adventure looks pretty fun. I don't think I would get it only because there's too much coming out, and I got too many other games to play. I just realistically don't need to be buying anything else. But it does look fun, and I imagine it'll probably do relatively well. I haven't played Devil May Cry, so I don't have too many thoughts. Although I do know that DMC2 is like the black sheep of Devil May Cry. Like, a lot of people don't talk positively about Devil May Cry 2. So, and I think most people are like, put out 3 and then we'll talk. I think that's literally what it is. Put out fucking Devil May Cry 3 and 4 and then we'll have a conversation. Because I don't think anyone is that excited about that. Let's see. There weren't a lot of things announced for Switch, though. Like, there was another Sega collection, Fairy Tail, Hatsune Miku. I'm just scrolling through. Yokai Watch 4, which hasn't even gotten a localization date. Some more Trials of Mana footage. Dragon Quest talk. Digimon talk. There wasn't a lot. Well, I'm not going to say Don't Make Cry until we get there. We haven't gotten there yet. That's why I'm not bringing it up. What else? Yeah, there wasn't a lot for Switch during Tokyo Game Show, which is kind of a shame, but like I said, Nintendo's so good for the rest of this year. It's not a big deal. What else? I think that was all the main things I had to talk about. Yeah, River City Girls is another game I'm like, fuck, I wanted to get something for that. And I didn't do it. I did not do it. Fuck. Also, apparently they added another Dead or Alive 6 character. When the fuck? This just completely passed me. I didn't see shit on this. It's unfortunate that DOA is dead. Oh, that bums me out, bruh. Damn it. Bums me out. I like Dead or Alive. Well, Xbox One is always going to be Snorville. There wasn't a lot to talk about it. I think I mentioned it last podcast I did last week, but like there wasn't a lot to say. It's just it's cool, but there's not like a lot to it. Man, I just wish Dead or Alive I wish Dead or Alive 6 would just gotten its shit together, man. People don't know how much that bums me out. Because I think Dead or Alive is a fun-ass game. And they just can't get their shit together with this dumbass DLC. And marketing the game correctly, you dicks. Christ. Yeah, River City Girls is another game I need to get. Also, Trials of Mana looks great. I wouldn't be against like an Astral Chain trilogy, but once again, I haven't played enough of it to really like the gameplay. Like, I had a good first impression, but still, I want to play more of that game and beat it. I think that was all the things I needed to mention. Yeah, I don't see anything else of note. We got the Ease 9, but I didn't play the other Ease games. It's a new Onechambra gameplay, which I have the one in the wish list on Steam. I haven't bought it yet. Yeah, the DLC fucked Dead or Alive, unfortunately. I think that's it. I think I literally can't think of anything else. But it's fine. We'll see what happens next week. I'm pretty sure Tokyo Game Show will be over. And what comes out next week? Oh, no. Zelda comes out next week. So Zelda will be out Friday. Not getting that because I already will be busy with other things. So, but it's something to make note of. Anywho, I think that's it for this one. We did a good time. I ranted a lot for like the first half of this. So if you want to see me get angry, go back and watch the playback. I've had consistently like 17 or 18 viewers, which is fucking awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's fucking great. I appreciate the love and support. I just damn it. Thanks, I really do. And thanks for like all the support either on the Twitch or on the YouTubes. And then I'm gonna try to put up some clips of like some of the Resident Evil stuff that I've already streamed so far. So some of that can be like on YouTube as like clip shows. But that's another thing I gotta edit. And then I want to work on a skit. I have like 3 or 4 skit ideas I haven't done anything with. So that's another thing. So it takes time. It takes so much time, but I'm gonna get to it. God damn it, I'm gonna get to it. But anywho, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Hope your Sunday is nice and the rest of the night is bright or dark. Yeah, that didn't come out right. Good luck next week. Whether you got school or work. Hope next week is good for you guys. Anywho, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. And subscribe to me on here. Click the notification bell to be notified. And with all that being said, it's been another Manic episode. Life's a game. Play to win. And I will catch you guys later. Peace. Oh. I love how later days has also become like a side catchphrase of mine. And if you know what show that's from, you're fucking G.